Tuesday, session 113 with me, Jessica Brigden of Jess B, Creative Cardiology. Hello, hello. Happy Tuesday to you. I think it's Tuesday. The week is just beginning and I'm a little all over the place. It's been a busy weekend and then we are actually prepping to go on vacation. So you know how that goes when you're trying to get a zillion things done before you leave and you're running around, and I feel kind of like a squirrel where I can't seem to focus on any one thing. So speaking of squirrels, we're not actually stamping with squirrels today, but we are stamping with some critters. And since today is the second to last day, so I'm going to call this the celebration finale, because tomorrow, August 31st, is the last day of the Stampin' Up! Celebration promotion. And so I thought I would make a couple cards with this cute Stylish Sketches stamp set. We're going to use the fox and the cute little duck couple there. And then I thought I would go through and just kind of showcase a few of the projects that we've made over the course of the past 2 months using the various celebration products there. Hello, Margaret. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Yes, so I hope you're having a great day. We've got some rain coming in, a big thunderstorm, so hopefully everything holds. Hi, Kathy. Oh, good, you have Stylish Sketches. Well, I'm going to show you some simple cards. We're going to pull out our deckled rectangle dies. I love those. And I love we have the sketches here, so the deckled rectangles. I think that'll be a nice pairing. Hi, Wendy. I'm doing great. Yes, I'm looking forward to going on vacation. So today's video will be the last live. For a little while I'm going to be doing we'll see. I'm going to plan to try to get a couple of videos recorded to cover while I'm gone. But before I get started here, those of you that joined me on Friday, I showcased the Nourish and Flourish card kit. All right, I made 9 really cute kits in here. That was an all-inclusive, and it comes with this really cute insulated bag. All right, you can see how it's insulated in there, and it's a lunch bag per se, although we were brainstorming different ways that you could use this, and I had put out there for y'all to guess, what do you think we could store in here, or how many ink pads do you think would fit? So it surprised myself, so I went ahead and I started pulling in my ink pads. All right, I don't know if you can see, I don't want to dump them out, but we had a variety of guesses from 10, 12, 14. I think Carol guessed she had a mix of ink pads and some adhesive and maybe a card kit unboxed and things like that. Well, it holds more than I expected because, you know, it's about lunch tote size. It's not super huge, but because it is kind of a rectangle shape, I mean, it's flexible. It's not a firm sided. Anybody want to take a second guess? All right, so like I said, it surprised myself as to how many ink pads fit in here. It's a super cute little kit. This is in the mini catalog. It's not part of the kits collection. It's an actual catalog product that includes the 9-card kit as well as the lunch bag, and then I believe it's $3 from the purchase of each kit is donated to various organizations to help fight childhood hunger throughout the country. And oh, Kathy, you're really close. You are really close. All right, Wendy. Okay, Kathy went with 25. Wendy went with 20. All right, so right between you guys. So I did a bit of a mix of the new style, the slim style, as well as the older style. They're a little bit bigger. All right, I fit 24 in here, and that's comfortable. So I guess technically, Kathy, you probably could fit 25 or 26 if you wanted to stretch it just a little bit, but comfortably with room to wiggle. I fit 24 ink pads in here. So yeah, I was shocked. All right, maybe my sense of visual space is off. I don't know. But I was really surprised I could fit 24 ink pads in here. And then there's still room So you could fit your 24 ink pads. You could fit not a kit with the chipboard, you know, backing or anything, but you could definitely fit your bone folder and your adhesive and probably your paper snips, and, you know, pack of dimensionals or something, your chamois. All right, so you could make a little total Stampin' Go tote. All right, and you would be good to go. So I was shocked how much that fit. So that shows you the value here of the little Nourish and Flourish tote. Okay, so not only is it super cute and stylish, but functional as well. So there you go. Congratulations to Kathy for having the closest guess there. All right, that's awesome. So be sure to check that out. That is the Nourish and Flourish kit. Somewhere I had my catalogs. I guess I'm packed them to make sure I stuck them in my to-go bag as well. But they're on the inside cover there of the mini catalog. All right, yeah, Kathy, you use it for lunches. That is the traditional use, absolutely. Becky was gonna say 28. Yeah, so I think if you stacked them like 14 and 14 next to each other, and then maybe put a couple down this, you know, the front side or something, you probably could fit 28 in there. Absolutely. So I was really surprised just how roomy it actually was. And yes, Wendy says it would keep your liquid glue and your adhesives cool in the heat as well. Yeah, that's a good idea. If you have a home that's not necessarily air conditioned, my craft room back here isn't necessarily air conditioned, so if you see me glistening, it gets pretty warm in here, especially when I have my my lamp, my OT light on and the door closed so the air conditioner doesn't reach back here. Whew, yeah, it gets kind of toasty. But yeah, so there you have it, the Nourish and Flourish card kit. And then today we are going to play, like I said, with the Stylish Sketches Celebration stamp set. And I did pull in a little bit of the Rings of Love Celebration Designer Series paper as well. And I love all these products. I'm really sad to see Celebration products go, but that means make sure you get your orders in by today, tomorrow at the latest. All right, things have already selling out. The hippo dies are now gone in the US, the North American market. And some of the foil papers that were like additional extras, the perch dies or aspen tree dies that go with the perched on a branch bundle, both the stamp set and the dies are on low inventory. So if you had those on your list, make sure you get your orders in ASAP because I don't think they're gonna be available through the rest of the evening. Okay, I'm gonna flip and we're gonna get started here then. Okay, so, all right, so there you go. I have that, my August host code. Be closing that out later tomorrow. All right, and then Stylish Sketches is here on page 9 of the Celebration brochure. The Rings of Love is on page 7. All right, love both of those. So what we're gonna do, a couple simple designs again. All right, since I have a case of squirrel brain right now, then I thought simple was the way to go. So I'm starting with a sheet of crumb cake cardstock. All right, and I have cut it in half there at the 5.5 inch mark. So this will be our base for both cards here. We're going to use the fox as well as the duck images. The other image here, that's actually figs. And then you have this fourth little stamp on there, which I guess you could call ink splatter. I call it duck food. Whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to call it, that little abstract speckle there. Okay, so we're going to do one in landscape, one in portrait, so horizontal, vertical here. And then I've cut, well, I guess these really are quick and easy. We'll just do 2 at the same time. All right, so for our fox, I am pairing that up with Cajun Craze, and I've cut this to, it's a 1/2 inch smaller, so I can have a little bit more of a border of the crumb cake. So it's 3 3/4 by 5. And for the ducks, I am going with some garden green. I'm going to make them, I guess, a mallard duck pair. And so we're going to do, again, 3 3/4 by 5. And glue these down. I'm keeping it simple. I'm not doing any ribbon or anything here. So we're just gonna go quick and easy and simple. Sometimes less is more a little bit, and sometimes it's nice to have cards that are a little bit more masculine and not necessarily super frilly. And hey, I can show you guys that I can stamp without flowers sometimes. I love all the flowers, so. Oh, good. Margaret just got the stylish sketches. That's a bit of a tongue twister. Say that 5 times fast. Hi, Cheryl in California. Oh, it's your first time catching me live. That's awesome. Thank you so much. So like I said, I'm going to pair in a little bit of Rings of Love. I originally thought, well, maybe I would just go with the cardstock and leave it at that. But I wanted a little extra pop of color. So I went with the tree design, and then you've got the poinsettias on the back here. We're going to use that for our fox. So I cut this to 3.5 by 4 3/4, so just 1/4 inch smaller than our colored cardstock. Okay, so we'll mount that right in there. Hopefully I got it somewhat straight. And then I love this little woodsy pattern here. We've got the leaves and the mushrooms. We've got a few moths and butterflies and lots of leaves. And then you've got the tree rings on the back. Again, this is 3.5 by 4 3/4. And this is mounting directly onto our contrasting colors. So technically, if I were keeping with the color scheme of the designer paper, I should have used Evening Evergreen, but I kind of jumped ahead. I had already cut my cardstock, so we're just going to go with it. And actually, that doesn't look too bad because we've got lots of shades of green in here. So I think the garden green it'll do okay. All right, and so then the next thing is pulled in our deckled rectangles. And what's neat about these, they have these kind of ragged edges. All right, but it does have a nice little finished look. I like to cut 2 layers. This is the basic white cardstock, and I like to cut 2 layers at a time, and it gives me just a nice little embossed edging there. So really cute. So I used, this is, if you're counting down from the largest, 1, 2, this is the 3rd size die. And if you're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so a 6th from the small, 3rd down from the large. Okay. And that, I thought, cut this out really well. So it'll give us a nice little, again, kind of a 1/2 inch border with the designer series paper popping out from behind here. Okay, so let's pull these off just a moment here so we can do our stamping. So we are going to do our fox here with some Cajun Craze. And this is a nice red rubber foam stamp here. All right, looks like we are good to go. I'm going to stamp him. Where do I want to go? I think I'm going to go right about the center. Oh, I really like that. And then let's pull in a sentiment. I pulled in a couple sets that I thought might work. I've got, of course, Go-To Greetings, because it's like the go-to set for everything. Ringed with Nature, which coordinates with the Ringed with Love designer series paper. And then I liked kind of the font here of Heron Habitat. This is one of my favorite summer stamps here. And I think maybe we'll go with Enjoy Your Day. How about that? What do you guys think should go with our fox here? I'm thinking something that can go right down kind of towards the bottom right. So I think I'll go with Enjoy Your Day, because that can kind of go with, it's kind of like an anything sentiment. we're going to go with Enjoy Your Day from the Heron Habitat set. And yeah, I think I'm going to stamp it off to the right, because that way I don't have to worry about whether it's perfectly centered or not. And that way it'll look good even if it is a little bit crooked. Okay, so let's pop this up. Let's go with some dimensionals here. I'm using up a sheet that I've got, so we'll trim some of these edge pieces. And we should be pretty good to go here. Come on, we'll do one on each corner, and then we'll do a random piece in the middle there. All right, that'll give us a little bit of dimension. All right, so this is for our fox card. Okay, and then because we kind of have a masculine feel here. Hi, Sally. Ooh, from Georgia. Nice. All right, yes, I haven't seen too many things done with the set, but I thought it paired nicely with the, especially the fox here with this kind of in the trees from the Rings of Love paper. And I'm going to use my rustic metallic dots here. We're keeping with that masculine feel to it, and we'll just add a couple of dots, add a third for good measure. There you go, clean and simple. All right, and there we have the first card. All right, so let me pull these things aside. And like I said, for our second card here, we're going to use the cute little duck pair. All right, so these cards came together really easy, because if you're just joining, I started with one sheet of crumb cake cardstock, and that's the base for each of these. Oh, thank you so much, Regan. Glad to have you joining me live too. I think your paper pumpkin kit was delivered yesterday, I believe. All right, so we're going to stamp our mallards down here towards the bottom right. I'm going with the garden green ink that matches our contrasting cardstock there. They're just the sweetest. Oh, you know, I was thinking about coloring them with colored pencils, but honestly, I think I like it just simple stamped. What do you guys think? We could always test it out. You know, I have an extra here. I always die cut an extra, especially when we're working with white, just in case. All right, so we'll do one of each. Let's stamp our sentiment here. And, you know, I'm going to go with a happy anniversary from the Ringed with Love. We have some friends, they have an anniversary coming up this weekend. And they've got ducks and chickens and all kinds of, they're into critters. So I think they'll get a kick out of this little duck card. That will be fitting for them. All right, so let's see. Let's go. I don't want it at the bottom. You know what? Let's just go right kind of towards the top. Yeah, I think that works. We'll go with that. And all right, well, let's do it both. And then we'll color one with colored pencils and leave the other as is. And then you guys can help me decide which you like best. So I'm going to move the stamps out of the way here. And then for our colored pencils, all right, I've got assortment 1 and 2. So if we flip them over, assortment number 1 has some Old Olive, and it has the early espresso. And assortment number 2 has Garden Green and Crushed Curry. All right, I think I'm gonna go with number 1 because it's also got a little pumpkin pie that I can use for the duck bill here. So I'm just going to do a little sketch. I'm going to try not to shake the camera too much here. I'm going to come in with the old olive for a little bit here on Mr. Mallard's neck there. His head, maybe a little yellow by the neck. And then we are just going to go with the early espresso, and I'm going to keep that fairly light for the body. And then notice I'm just kind of scribbling here. That is the beauty of Stampin's watercolor pencils, is that they're water soluble. So I come in with these, kind of do a little scribble, and then can't forget their feet. Okay. And then you come in with your blender pens. All right, so not the Stampin' blends. These are the alcohol markers. The blender pens are a set of 3. And these are kind of a interesting little solution in here. And what it does is you can pick up, it just helps blend the color a little bit. So I do it's, what I like is it helps the color, the pencil like dissolve a little bit. But it's much more controlled than watercolor. It's much more controlled than a aqua painter or a paintbrush or anything like that. And what you do is, here we'll come in on the scrap. All right, so after you've done one color, then you just scribble it off on your scrap until it runs clear again. And then you can come in and work on your next color. All right, so all of your little scribble then blends and looks like it's nicely painted. So I'm just gonna come in here and just circular motion. Sorry about that if the camera's jumping a little bit. All right, just blend in here on the body. Move over here to Mrs. Mallard. Okay, nice and simple. Just clean that up a little bit. Maybe add a little bit down here to the ground. All right, so we kept it pretty simple, but we did get some color in there. So what do you guys think? Do you prefer just the sketch, or do you like the watercolor? Which do you think we should put here on our card? And then we'll put this on with dimensionals, and then we'll add a few of the little rustic adhesive backed dots again. Okay. Cheryl's got to go back to work. Well, thank you for joining us on your break, and be sure to catch the replay. Hi, Lori. How are you? Hi, Sally. Hello, hello. All right. Okay, so Kathy likes the sketch, and Margaret, Lori, and Wendy like the color. Okay, so technically I'm going to make one of each. You guys probably guessed that anyways, but I do actually. I think both ways turned out really nice. So let's again use up the edges here of my dimensional pieces. Let's put that one in the middle, and then we'll come on each edge. And actually I'm gonna put some dimensionals on the back of this as well, because I did cut some extra pieces so I can finish this one too. All right, so I got them all there, and actually I have a sheet of minis that needs to use up some edge pieces as well. Look at that, I'm so efficient. Using all the pieces here. Nothing goes to waste in my craft room. Might look like a tornado blew through here, but nothing goes to waste. All right, and I love that deckled edge too. All right, it's nice. It's kind of informal with the critters, a little bit rustic, but it also helps, I think, to hide if you're not totally straight. All the little, you know, jagged edges kind of keeps you from noticing that it's that it's lightly crooked. All right, so again, let's come in here. We'll do just a few little dots. There we go. We'll just kind of here and there and everywhere. All right, stick with our rule of thirds. So there we have it. Okay, I am going to quickly put together the other one. So I had cut a second sheet of crumb cake. And again, my contrasting layer here was 3 3/4 by 5. Okay, and then our designer paper layer, 1/4 inch smaller. So this is 3.5 by 4 3/4. Adds a little pop of color there. And then our deckled rectangle. Again, this is the 3rd largest. The deckled rectangles are a set of 8. So great value there. And we'll pop this in the center. Oops, try not to knock everything off of my desk here. Let me remove my rectangles before they end up on the floor. Okay, and then again, come in. Let's change it up just a little bit. We'll put our dots in a different order. And then, oh, I can't put it down there. It looks like duck poop. Oh, so it'll go right here. I have to be careful where we put those dots. All right, these are the rustic metallic adhesive dots there. All right, so there we go. 1 and 2. All right, super fun and quick and easy. So I hope you guys will give that a try. Again, if you like this stamp set and you don't have it already, sale A Bration ends tomorrow, August 31st. All right, so these were our stylish sketches cards. Yes, definitely, Wendy. Go and case away. All right, so then just a quick little overview here of some of the sale A Bration items that we have made over the course of the last 2 months. We had Hippest Hippos. Hey, Janelle. All right, and so be sure to check out my earlier videos with our little scuba hippo here with our in color glimmer paper. I thought that was super fun. All right, and then we used some of the flower, oh, what do you call those? Flower flourishes. Oh, Lori, I love the little duck emoji that you left. So those were super cute. So there's a video for those. And then I received this card from my friend Lissa, and I thought it was super sweet. Isn't that cute? Aw. And then moving on from the hippos, here we had Rings of Love designer series paper. We've done quite a bit with that. In fact, I think it was last week we made our scrapbook page here. We had our super simple, make a whole bunch of Love It, Chop It card series in the Rings of Love designer series paper with our go-to greetings. And this was one of my tutorial projects. All right, so if you've ordered from me, then you'll have this tutorial in your inbox. And then I even incorporated the Rings of Love here in our, behind our aspen tree dies there. Yes, the hippos are super cute. All right, so that was the Rings of Love. And then just kind of moving through. Okay, we just used stylish sketches. Speaking of the designer series paper, we did a little, I guess it'd be easier if I took it out of the envelope, then you could see it. I used the silver polka dot paper, and we used our blending brushes with a little bit of balmy blue. Hi, Judy. So I can't see you. I can read your comment, and it looks like you guessed 24. Yes, which is exactly how many ink pads fit in that Nourish and Flourish tote, which is really cute. Hey Anita, hello, hello. So yeah, so this was our winter version to go along with our fall. So this incorporated the designer series paper and our aspen tree dies. And again, we use the deckled rectangles on there. And then just kind of moving through a little bit. Wonderful World. This is a 2-for bundle because you get both the stamp set and the designer series paper. All right, so we have videos here where we had made a couple of the different cards with the German cornflower here. We did our Orchid Oasis and Starry Sky combo, and then our Mossy Meadow combo with the fern background. I don't know if you guys can see that. I keep my cards in the clear envelopes. Keeps them all nice and clean and helps keep them from getting wrinkled and bent and everything. All right, so I have a video on my channel for those from a couple weeks ago. Then I also had this card. This was one of my blog post cards from, I believe, I think this was I did in July with the designer series paper. Really pretty. And then just last week, our Creative Cardiology team did our blog hop, and we featured various celebration products. So I made this scrapbook page. I know it's a little hard to see the whole thing, but if you visit my blog, creativecardiology.com, then you will see the full picture of these. But I fussy cut the flowers from the papers here, and yeah, made a little layout there, and then I did some more fussy cutting from some of the edge pieces and made a little card here as well. So again, both of these projects are on my creativecardiology.com blog. All right, so that was Wonderful World, the designer series paper with the stamp set. And then we did have some bonus items, such as the aspen tree dies here. Like I said, those are in low inventory right now. So if you haven't got those yet, they're free with $100 purchase. All right, it's a $36 value. And then you could just purchase the stamp set separately for $23. So like I said, we had both our fall and winter versions. And then I received this really pretty card from my friend Nancy. I love this because it's a totally different color combination than I would have thought to use for aspen trees and the birds, but she went with Forest Friehds and some Blackberry Bliss. And isn't that pretty? She used the Splendid Day designer series paper there, and I don't know if you guys can notice, but the leaf embossing folder here on that front panel of the card, really, really pretty. So love that. So I hope that gives you a bit of inspiration for some of the products that we've had here in celebration, ways to use what you have. And again, encourage you, if you haven't already placed your order, you've got just a little bit of time left to do so and get your freebies. All right, and then there's a few different things happening for September. Stampin' Up! Is going to introduce weekly deals again. We do not have the details on that, other than that will be approximately 13 different items each week, offered on the 1st, the 8th, the 15th, and the 22nd. So I don't know what that will be. It will be a surprise on Thursday. I will find out, just like the rest of you. We also have a Perfect Partners promotion that will be starting in September. Well, Stampin' Up! Is introducing 6 new die sets to coordinate with stamp sets that are already in the mini catalog as well as the annual catalog. And there's a little promotion going on in advance of World Card Making Day on October 1st. So be sure that you're subscribed to my newsletter. Again, I'll put the link in the video description there so that you can make sure you're signed up. I'll be sending out a newsletter with all those details so I can keep you posted on what's coming. And I believe that's a wrap. So thank you guys so much for joining me here this afternoon. I hope you have a great day, and I look forward to stamping with you soon. Thank you so, so much. All right, take care, everybody. Bye-bye.